You must have heard this before. If na land, na court case. So a lot of people are scared and have become so scared over the years because they feel that anything land has to do with a court case, to end the court dispute, to end the land dispute. But what they don't know is that probably they've done it the wrong way. That is why it has now become a serious problem. If you follow all I'm going to be sharing today, you're going to see how you can avoid land dispute, because the truth is that once you've gotten into it already, it's very hard to come out of it. So why not avoid it in the first place? Hi there, I'm Mercy Agbede, the doctor that loves real estate. I'm a real estate consultant and I love to share information about buying of properties. Today I'm going to be telling you how you can avoid land disputes and how you must have got into land dispute because you didn't take into consideration these things I'm going to be sharing. Number one is that you have to find out the history of that property. How has that property passed from hand to hand or from person to person? Who is the first person that got the property? Who was it transferred to? And before it is being transferred to you. So you want to find out the history of the property. You want to make due diligence. You want to get verification about the property, and that is why it's always good to work with a guide, a real estate consultant, a real estate developer, someone that can help you make all the inquiries that there is, because you might not have so much knowledge as someone that is looking to buy real estate. You might not have so much knowledge about the market, but when you work with a guide, he or she is able to find out the necessary information and help you avoid those land issues. And secondly is that you want to find out the documents on those property. Recently, my client got a property in Enugu State, and when she wanted to get a property in Enugu State, she told me the document that were on the property. And when I found out that one of the documents was called a deed of sublease, I was like, anything that has to do with lease most times is for a period of time, not forever, unlike the deed of assignment that is for a long time, for 99 years, as C of O, document is on any property. So I had to find out, and I got to discover that in Enugu, over the years, they've been used to having deed of lease as a deed of assignment. And I found out from the realtor that it is not a problem at all. The deed of sublease is the same as the deed of assignment, but if you want to change the name of the deed you want, then it is fine. And that made me, more knowledgeable about that particular location. I was able to tell my client that, okay, you can go ahead with that property because a lease per se ought to be for a period of time. But in Enugu State, that is not the case. For them, they are used to it being forever or for a very long time. So you want to find out the document on that property. Don't be duped or don't be sweet talked into buying the property because it's very affordable, very cheap, and then you just go ahead and buy it. Find out the document on that property so that you don't get into any court case. Lastly, you want to find out if the person that owns that property is already dead. If the person that owns the property is already dead, then there has to be a document that clarifies that shows that person is already dead. They go to a registry of probate where these documents are being processed for dead people. As you get the death certificate of the person, you take it to that place and they prepare a document that shows that, okay, this person has so and so property, but he or she is already dead. It's good to take that document along with your documents because that will give you a legal ground to fight for it whenever anything happens. And that is why it's always easy to work with a real estate company who has already verified all this, to make it easy for you to remove the stress out of the way. So that's why when we say work with a real estate company, work with a reputable company that can take all this stress away. So this is how you can avoid land disputes. So don't just follow the crowd to say that if na land na court case. So if you do it the right way, you're not going to have any court case to deal with. I remember Mercy Agbede, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.